Well, we're still waiting for the release date of GTA 6 to come out, but definitely the second biggest announcement of the year is here. The Switch 2 has been revealed. We'll get into it.
And Sony canceled a few more live service games, trying to avoid another Concord situation. Which games did they ditch? We're going to talk about all this stuff and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can check us out on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is Erect the Red. I'm joined, as always, by this man right here, Full Clip. What's going on, dude? How are you?
How's it going? Yeah, staying nice and toasty today inside, watching the snow fall. It feels a little weird today because we had our break for about 2 weeks, as we usually do at the end of the year. We came back for a show, and now we took another week off. So I don't know what we're doing. What do I do with my hands?
I know. We're all over the place. That was my bad. I totally forgot that we were taking a little vacation, so we got out of the cold of Western New York here, went down to Florida for the weekend.
Oh, nice.
So it was nice. Got rejuvenated, came back to much colder weather though now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're hitting this week. We're supposed to be getting I don't know, the low is -6 or whatever.
Ooh.
This week.
Yeah,
it's gonna suck, dude. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Gonna stay inside and play some video games. You know what I mean?
we don't tend to get that low around here, even though we're getting snow and ice and stuff. But what was it like in Florida? 70 something, 80 something?
No, not it was so this cold wave, as you know, has been hitting everywhere. So it's in the mid to high 60s, which I'm perfectly okay with. That's fine to me.
Still t-shirt weather.
It was nice. Yeah. We still did some swimming, hit the beach and stuff like that. So it was enjoyable. And now I'm back to real life, dude. This real.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is life? What is life? Got to deal with you. I'm excited to be back here. You been playing any video games, dude?
All right. Well, you could probably tell by all the women dripping off of me. I've hit Master Prestige in Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know. I would have baked a cake or something to celebrate this. So what does that exactly mean? How many times did you prestige then?
So you get to prestige 10, and after level 55, you just keep going up to 1,000, and you're master prestige there.
Holy cow!
Took a while. A lot of double XP. Tokens and things like that, courtesy of Little Caesars and Monster Energy and all of my sponsors, I'll thank. But the grind's not over. I'm still going for the camos, and I've been doing more progress this year than I ever have, paying way more attention to all of the challenges. So I'm thinking about going for the multiplayer 100%er, which is all the challenges. The only things that are going to throw me off there are the kill streaks that I never ever get, but I'll start playing a little more strategically for those later on, and maybe they won't be so bad. As long as there's nothing hidden in there. I haven't seen the last group of them. As long as there's no get a nuclear or something like that in the multiplayer ones, then I should be okay.
Yeah. Come on. You're probably getting nukes every other game, dude. Who are you kidding?
Nope. The only nuke I've ever had in Call of Duty was Infected, where it's a little bit easier.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of you. This is a big moment in Gaming News Weekly history. Keep up the good work, dude. You're doing a great job.
Of course. I did play one other game too. Wow. I don't have much to say about it. I tried out Indiana Jones in the
nice
tight little circle or whatever it's called.
The tight circle, the tight little booty hole.
Yeah, I played it for about 2 hours. And while there's definitely a game there, it's probably not for me. It just felt like it felt a little slow paced.
Yes.
It felt like I'm kind of playing like an Assassin's Creed game without the action of it. And I'm
Gotcha.
playing on like the normal difficulty, but still the AI of like the enemies feels really dumb for some reason. And I just wasn't feeling it. And maybe I'm getting in my own way trying to be a completionist and knowing that I got to check behind every corner
Yep.
because there's definitely a lot of hidden artifacts and stuff all over the map. But I don't think I'm going to go back to it. And I'm glad it was free through Game Pass, so I don't have to make a $70 mistake.
Right. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I did hear that that's one complaint is the pacing. I'm definitely going to check it out soon. I downloaded it. Just haven't been in there. In fact, I watched. I'm all caught up on the Indiana Jones series just in preparation for this. So, I'm ready. So yeah, I'm going to jump in. I'll see how it goes. I've just been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals still, a lot of Balatro still. I think last week I put in like another 16 hours on Balatro. I played the demo for the first Berserker Kazan. We saw a trailer for this during I think the Game Awards or whatever. And I saw that a demo dropped on the PlayStation 5. So I checked it out and it's really interesting. It's like I didn't really know what to expect. And it's this really gorgeous, like 3D cell shaded, like animated style, like super cool looking. And it's just like it's a Souls-like. It's, that hardcore difficulty, action, kind of role-playing game type situation. It's good. I don't know if I won't buy it like when it comes out, but I'll play it if it goes on sale, if it comes to a service or whatever, because I just really like the style of it. It's really gorgeous looking, and the gameplay is tight. But I don't think I'm ready for like another Souls-like right now. Just I'm I need to just ease myself into games these days. Yeah. These super hardcore difficulty games, I find myself just playing for a little bit, and then I have such a huge backlog that when I get a little bit frustrated, I'm like, I'm gonna go try something else. Like I like a little bit of a challenge, but like that punishing challenge, it's like it's tough to want to do that. But yeah, if you check it out, let me know. I think there's demos for everything, but it was interesting. And then I did get a chance. I played a little bit of one of our new release games. So let's get moving. Let's talk about our new releases from this past week. All right, first up, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD came out on the Nintendo Switch. This was originally a Wii game in 2010. And then I think it also came out for the 3DS in like a remaster type thing. But it's just Donkey Kong Country. Were you a fan of the Donkey Kong Country series?
The last ones I played were like Super Nintendo, but yeah, I remember them being a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was like one of my favorite. The Super Nintendo, the OG Donkey Kong Country was like one of my favorite games. I remember doing a Blockbuster Video had a like a competition where you could go, you sign up, you go into the store, you sign up for a time, and you have to do like a speed run in like one of the levels. And I did that. And I'm sure I was terrible, but like I was really proud of myself. I was like, because it was like one of those games where like once you get flowing, you're shooting through the barrels or whatever, and you're going on the mine carts, and everything just feels right, when you get a good run going.
Oh yeah.
I was probably like, I don't even know how old I was. I was small. But
this makes you an OG esports competitor, I think.
Exactly. I broke into the world. But I never played Donkey Kong Country Returns. So when I saw this was coming out, and it looks good, it's got, upgraded visuals from the original one, 80 levels across 9 worlds, 2-player co-op they've added. But it's, it's one of those it's a challenging platformer, but when it works out, when you're shooting through the barrels and you're riding the mine carts and you're collecting the bananas and you're finding the letters, it all just kind of feels right. So, this one, again, is one where, like, I never want to spend $50, $60 on a Nintendo game. I don't know how much this one is, if it is that, but it will never go on sale. So I find myself not playing these Nintendo games unless I absolutely really want them. So I don't know. This one will probably go on that list of games that I want to play, but will never play just because I'm too cheap.
Yeah, maybe the play there's like physical copies that people have them used. Those have to decrease a little bit.
Yeah, and I know like GameStop, if anybody still has one in their area, they do like the buy two get one free used games every once in a while. I think that's probably the best deal for like these Nintendo games. So I don't know. My son somehow decided he wanted Pikmin, the new Pikmin game for his Nintendo Switch, and so we bought that, and it was friggin' $60, man. I'm just like, this is
came out a while ago.
Yeah. So, but he had some Christmas money burning a hole in his pocket. So, and he's been obsessed ever since, dude. It's been like a week now. All right. Next up, Dynasty Warriors Origins came out on January 17th on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series. This is the one I did. This one also has a demo, and I tried the demo. I remember enjoying the Dynasty Warriors games when you've got all those people on the screen and you just running around like attacking everybody. You ever play these games?
It's going to sound cliche, I guess, at this point, but I played the Gundam one.
Oh, okay. So I was like, yeah, let me see what this one's all about. And I had a blast, dude. So it's the most enemies ever on the screen for one of these games. And what this is, it's more of it's a battle. Like there's like a war going on and you're going into battle. And so there's these areas and there are just enemies everywhere. And then you have to command your battle groups to do so it's got these strategic military elements as well. And you have to like kind of win areas. I had no clue what I was doing the entire time, and I lost terribly all the times I've tried this, but I had so much fun doing it, dude. I don't know what's going on, and I think like the more I play it and try to figure out what's going on, I will get better, because then you have like these arts, like which are like your special abilities, and you have these ones where you're just knocking out like 50 enemies at once and they're going flying, and it really is satisfying when you're like, I'm just gonna like change the tide of the battle with like by killing like 50 people at once. It's very, very cool. The story, it follows the Romance of the Three Kingdoms story. So that's like the whole war thing going on. So there's a lot of NPCs, and you could have people you bring into battle with you, a bunch of different weapons and that sort of thing. So it is it's got a lot happening, and I'm going to play the demo again and try to at least beat the level, which I'm really struggling with, but it's fun. So
yeah. So this is not a remaster, correct? This is like a new game, new entry in the series. I guess I got confused because all the other stuff coming out right now is Return, HD Remaster,
right?
And it said Origins, so I thought, okay, maybe this is like taking it back to one of the older games.
Yeah. No, it definitely, like the marketing, I don't know. And I know there's I think been like 8 previous Dynasty Wars, maybe more, 10. I don't know how many. A lot. So yeah, I don't know. Without a number in there, I don't know. But it's great. If you like hack and slash games or even just military war games or whatever, go check out Dynasty Warriors Origins. And then last up, Tales of Grace's F Remastered, another remaster, came out January 16th on all of the platforms. So I wanted to talk about this one because I'm a big fan of the Tales series, and this is one of my favorites, maybe my second favorite of the series, and I was very excited when they decided they're getting a remaster on this. So this one, it's a fantasy action role-playing game, and this one is based on a 2012 game. I played it initially on the PlayStation 3, and what I love about this game, this is one of the few role-playing games that has local co-op. You can have up to 4-player local co-op on these. So me and my friends, we would get together, we would each have our character, and we would go through and play the whole story out, and you get different outfits and titles, and you learn different abilities. So the whole thing takes forever because, like, when you're all playing on the same screen, someone wants to look at their abilities or something, everybody's just like, all right, let's wait. And then you get something else, and the next person wants to look at their abilities. So it was like a whole thing. Now, this was, 13 years ago that we were doing this, but the idea that I could relive that moment in my life now that this remastered game is out, I'm very excited to check it out. It's got some quality of life updates too, which, will be helpful. But this one, I was already, getting the gang back together. I was like, yep, we're getting in there. Let's, you could all be the same characters.
Not just going to force the wife and kid to relive that past.
Exactly. Yes. Well, she can have a character. She can pick one. But yeah, no, my son, he can't handle the art system. It's a difficult battle mechanic that it takes a lot to learn. So,
well, let me ask you: when you start a game with other people, are you kind of locked into that, or could you continue it as a single player experience?
You can continue it. So yeah, it's like you could drop in, drop out. Like
nice.
Have some. If you have less players or whatever. But this one's at 83 on Metacritic, so it's getting good reviews. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out. And I think it's only a $40 game, so not as bad. I feel like remasters should be, less always. That should be the rule. Like, I don't know how much the complicated game is.
You're not exactly recreating the wheel there.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, that is it for our new releases. We're starting to, they're starting to build back up at the beginning of the year. Once we get into February now, we're going to start seeing a lot more big games coming out. Let's talk about our news of the week. Okay, so initially what I wanted to talk about here was the TikTok ban. So we're recording this Sunday, January 19th. TikTok just got banned. Right before we started recording this, TikTok got unbanned. So we're back, baby. TikTok is back. It was the shortest ban in the history of bans. I do like saying the word banned, so that's unfortunate. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, which was a big surprise to everybody, and we'll just touch on this for just a second because it's kind of like a moot point now. But did you see that Marvel Snap got they got caught in the crossfire and got shut down too?
Yeah, so I guess everything that's kind of by ByteDance, I use CapCut to edit like videos and things like that, and it's gone, or it was gone. I don't know if it's back yet or not.
Yeah, I don't know either. The whole thing was weird, man. It was really weird. So I don't know what this means. I think this is just kind of a stay of execution right now. Donald Trump said he's going to like push it out, I think 30, 60, 90 days or whatever for them to like figure it out. Or really, they're just kind of stalling until they could figure out if someone in America can buy this. It was really what it seems. They don't want it to go away, but they don't want China having all the information and all the power. So
I don't want to get too political, but I don't know what the fuck is going on as far as that, because I got on the app. My wife didn't see this, but I got a screenshot of it. Welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. Yeah. I mean, he's not president for another day, so what exactly are they talking about there? Did they pull the trigger on this a day early by mistake or something?
No, this is when it ran. I mean, it's just he's been running things now for friggin' 2 weeks behind the scenes, But all they're doing, they know that you say something nice about Trump, and it goes a long way. And they figured that out because that was just what happened in the one when they got shut down. They put a thing, sorry, we're not available, but President Trump's gonna take care of it or whatever. He's the best, and it was like, oh shit, he did it. So. Yeah.
Which I don't know the whole legal process. I know that Trump tried to do 2 executive orders to ban TikTok originally, but those were both shot down. So what exactly is he able to do when he takes office again? Are they just like kicking the can down the road and like, well, if we get fined, we get fined or whatever? Or come at us, U.S. government, we're in Singapore?
So initially when they went down, so they were like, well, we're not going to we're just not gonna do it. We're not gonna sell. We're just gonna follow the thing, and just they went dark or whatever, in hoping that this would get fixed. And again, like, yeah, they're just really just kicking the can down the road. I don't know what it means. I think a lot of what it is just gonna curry more favor for Donald Trump. He saved TikTok for all the, small businesses and that sort of thing. I don't know. It's all just, whatever the flavor of the week is. They still are, China's still getting all the information and they're all the propaganda. And it's like, I don't know. It's, it changes every day. Yeah.
He pulled it off before he was even president. He undid the law that Congress and the current president had just passed. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Supreme Court. It's just everything. It was just like he saved the day. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with this. Maybe, maybe next week it'll be banned again. But it's not right now. So go follow Gaming News Weekly, available on TikTok. And Lemonade will be there too, just because, why not? All right, moving on to bigger, more exciting things. It's finally here. It's finally happening. The Nintendo Switch 2 was announced in a really cool trailer too. What'd you think of the Nintendo Switch announced trailer?
I don't know. I watched it. I took it in. I wasn't that excited about it, but when you linked in our shared document a breakdown of it, that did a lot more for me. It broke down like, I think it's by IGN. They did 30 details. They slow it down. They kind of tell you some things that I did not pick up on the first time. I like that a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's a lot of those, differences between Switch 1 and Switch 2, and these are the things that may be happening. I really liked kind of how they just leaned into the, I don't know, it's like an ASMR kind of thing, like doing like all the sounds and stuff like that, and making it look like stretch. It's, it had the regular Switch, and then it stretched it, and then it did this. But yeah, it's bigger, it's darker, and it's got a little thing that you insert into another thing. So I'm into it. Those are the three things I like: bigger, darker, inserting things. But yeah, it's got bigger screen. It's almost, they showed a comparison in size. It's definitely, it's much bigger than the current Switch, a little smaller than the Steam Deck. So yeah, I'm excited to get one in my hand, see how it feels. The colors, it's not bright colors anymore, just dark colors with a little bit of, a little pop of color showing each side of the Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
And then the Joy-Cons, instead of sliding, they just kind of maybe magnetized or whatever, but they have like a little kind of prongy thing that goes into another thingy. So, which seems like where it's going to have issues at that,
That's what I've seen discussion about. Yeah.
Prongy thing sticking out. But
that's an expensive drop if the magnet fails. That's all.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So
I'll pull out three things I liked about it. One of the things that I did miss, but that 30 details pointed out, is your Joy-Cons are basically like little optical mice. That's what it seems like. Not 100% confirmed, but they show in that trailer they're moving around like a mouse, which is going to be pretty cool. If you're sitting there playing like a certain, maybe like Netflix or something, or YouTube on your TV with it docked, but you've got the Joy-Con just at your coffee table, use it as a mouse selecting your videos or something, if that's the functionality that they come with. Yeah,
I was wondering, like, I like that idea for it, because I'm wondering, I'm like, what could they do in games, have like a mouse thing, like where you're
all kinds of stuff, but the only thing there is you don't have like a setup everywhere you are, unless it's like super high DPI or something and you do it on your leg.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, because you got the portability where you're playing it on your couch or whatever, and so I don't know what that's going to entail, but that was a good point.
One of the other details is the USB-C port on the top, as well as your normal docking one on the bottom.
That's great.
In that video, they talk about like, who knows what kind of peripherals there might be. So that seems cool. If there's like a slot on webcam and you can have video calls with your friends on there or something, or just being able to charge through that top dock would be so much better than if you ever have like the normal Switch right now and you have to put the plug through the bottom and you're like trying to sit on the couch you've got that cord coming down the front of your body, and you feel like you're stressing that cable or the port, it causes problems. So being able to choose between the two for charging would be great on its own.
Yeah, it's got that little kickstand in the back.
Yeah.
So
and it is going to be hopefully backward compatible, but I guess not everything, not every game is going to be.
Yeah, I would expect most games to be. I'm sure there's some that maybe that that 1, 2, 3 draw or whatever. What was that game where like you had to like, I don't know, like games like that use maybe different parts of the peripheral that don't exist anymore. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see more about it. And then obviously they showed the dock that too, and that looks very standard. Just that you pop it in the dock, you play it on your television, and then during that part of the trailer they show what looks like a new Mario Kart game. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm here for a new Mario Kart game, even though like the previous one is probably like the best one ever. But this one, it looks like they have 24 racers going at a time instead of the usual 12. So yeah, very cool. There will be more. There's a Nintendo Direct announced for April 2nd. I think this will be more about games coming now that they've actually shown the system. It's been announced. We hopefully will start hearing about games coming out from third-party companies that have been planning. I know there's talk about the Halo Master Chief Collection going to Nintendo Switch 2, Metal Gear, I forget one of the Metal Gear Solid games. So they're going to be taking a lot of those, more power hungry games that you need a bit of an update for, and finally putting those on a Nintendo console. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and I'm sure we're going to have we're going to have a ton of information coming in now about games and about the system now that it is officially announced. So looking forward to it.
No official release date yet, but we do know 2025.
Yes. Yeah. So, hopefully we'll get maybe at that Direct we'll get a release date. So April 2nd, put it on your calendars. We'll have a lot to talk about that day. All right, next up, Sony is ditching their live service games. This comes from Jason Schreier from Bloomberg. Basically, talk about a couple new game cancellations, and one of them is from Bend Studio. They did that what was that zombie game? Days Gone.
Days Gone.
Yeah, and then Bluepoint Games. They did the Dark Souls remaster or Demon Souls remaster and a bunch of other stuff. They had 2 live service games that were canceled. One of them was the Bluepoint one was a God of War live service game, which I have no friggin' clue what that would have been. So yeah, it seems like the days of, I remember back in 2022 when Sony announced that we've got 12 live service games planned for release. And I was like, I think we talked about it then. Like, what is happening? Right. Why are they doing this? And we're seeing now what has come of that. We saw Concord. We don't even need to talk about that. We all know the history of that. But then we also have Helldivers 2, which was a successful one. I think the only successful one, really, that we've seen come out of them. So I don't know what's left out of those 12. I know that there was let's see, there was a list of them on here. Naughty Dog, they were going to do the Last of Us PvP game. That we know got canceled. A Spider-Man Online game got canceled. A live service Twisted Metal game there was talk of at one point. And then a third-person Destiny spinoff. So those were the ones that we know no longer exist. We're still getting Marathon from Bungie at some point. And then another PvP project from Haven Studios. So there's a couple still out there if you're a big fan of the live service model. But I think they're going to start going back to what makes them best. Just quality single-player games, make some multiplayer games, but like getting away from this idea because it is a crowded market and we're seeing that nothing but failures are coming out of it. So
Right.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we said when we were first talking about these being announced. It's just that it's a crowded market. People only have time for like one live service game,
Right.
let alone trying to fit some other stuff in there. Because when you're not playing your live service game, of course, you're missing out. You're missing out on that battle pass. You're not getting all the timed exclusives and stuff like that. And at this point, if they're coming out with 12 of them, they're just competing with themselves at that point. So yeah, they needed to trim down some of the fat there. It is a shame to see some of those go. Some of those sound like pretty interesting ideas, and I'd love to see a new Twisted Metal game. Doesn't have to be live service, Sony. You could just, do it like the old days.
Old school. Give us some old school Twisted Metal. In fact, it's funny too. So I got I upgraded my PlayStation Plus to like the premium thing because it's like after a little while you could just pay for the remainder of the time. So it was like, I think it was like $9 or whatever, and I'll have it for the rest of like another 150 days, just because my son wanted to play some old PlayStation game. I don't remember what it was. But I saw through the premium package, there's like the 3 Twisted Metals on there. So I downloaded those and checked them out. And they're rough. I would definitely love like a new one. But it was fun to go back and check them out. So, yeah, I would love it. I would love one of those. But, yeah, we'll see what comes. The gaming world, it's ebbs and flows. Everything's different no matter, depending on which day of the week. So we'll see. I think a lot of it is, who was it? Jim Ryan? Was that the guy who left PlayStation? I think these were all his ideas, and they're all like, all right, get the hell out of here. But speaking of PlayStation, the PlayStation Plus catalog for January was announced, and it's a good one. God of War Ragnarok, Like a Dragon, Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, Atlas Fallen, Reign of Sand, SD Gundam Battle Alliance, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Anno Mutationem, Orcs Must Die 3, Citizen Sleeper, and Poker Club come to the extra. And then Premium is also getting Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings and Medieval 2. So, big month for PlayStation Plus. Those are available January 21st to play. So, yeah, dude, I'm excited to check out a few of these. I don't know about this Gundam one. You ever played that one?
I've not. It's a weird one. The timeline's all mixed up in there, and they're the super deformed type Gundam, so they're like chibi
Is that a
style.
good thing? Oh, okay.
It's not a good or bad thing necessarily. It just depends on what you're into.
Gotcha. And then, yeah, Citizen Sleeper, great game. Highly recommend that one. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok, which I still never finished the first God of War. And then another like a Dragon Gaiden game. Quality shit. All right, next up, in our week off last week, Assassin's Creed Shadows was delayed. We did get information about that. It's been pushed back now to March 20th. It was initially supposed to come out February 14th. So, it's just a month, but they put out a tweet saying, "Dear players, we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to our incredible fans and dedicated teams for your unwavering support since our announcement in September to further refine and polish Assassin's Creed Shadows. Since November, we've been thrilled to share our progress through gameplay overviews, and the overwhelming excitement has truly inspired us. Each week has brought valuable feedback from our community. While we've already made remarkable strides, we believe a few additional weeks are needed to implement that feedback and ensure an even more ambitious and engaging day one experience. Accordingly, the new release date is March 20th. We remain committed to delivering a high-quality, immersive experience fostered by ongoing dialogue between our players and development teams. We know you're eager to learn more about Assassin's Creed Shadows, and we're excited to share that more updates will be coming your way very soon." What do you think of this? Good? Bad? Indifferent?
I'd rather have a working, completed game than a non-working, buggy mess. So, good. I mean, I can wait. This is, I think I've said this already on the show, one of the games that I could see like paying full price near launch when it comes out this year. I don't know if 100% plan to, but I'd like to, because just the setting of this game, it's the perfect timing coming off the back of like watching Shogun and stuff like that. I really want to play this game. I can't stand to wait until it's like in a more complete state.
Yes, absolutely. Plus, then you'll get your, you'll have your Valentine's Day freed up again. You know. But yeah, I think for me, this one is gonna be I'm not gonna like pre-order or anything. It's gonna be dependent on the reviews. If it gets, great reviews, I'll check it out for sure. But you know, I'm excited for not only what the game is gonna be, but for what Ubisoft's gonna look like after the release of this.
Right.
Yeah, it's
We've got a lot kind of depending on this, I would say, right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The state of the free world. Anyways, next up, one of my favorite segments that we have here over at Gaming News Weekly. It's Full Clips PC Corner. Yeah. PC Corner. PC Corner. What you gonna do is PC Corner with Full Clip. We're working on the song.
I'm glad you came up with it. We only get to do this like once every year and a half or so. But right, so NVIDIA launched this. This is ancient news for the people who really, really care about it. Your type who are going to spend $2,000 on one of these cards. But NVIDIA launched the RTX 50 series of GPUs. So, we started with the, we started way back when, but when PC gaming really hit like some sort of peak there, where we were at the 1000 or the 1000 series, whatever you want to call it, 1080s, 1090s. And then we hit the 20 series. Those were the dark ages. And then we hit the age of the scalper, the 30 series. That's where I am right now. And then 40 series. Now we're on to the 50s. So the RTX 5090 and 5080 are the only ones that are going to release first. The 5090 being the most powerful card on the market, I'm going to say. I mean, I didn't read that anywhere. I'm just going to assume. And it's $2,000 if you want to get your hands on that. The RTX 5080, which is going to be a step down from that, is half the price for $1,000. Now, those are both launching on January 30th. Those are going to be super high-end cards. I mean, you're not going to have any problems running GTA 6 when it comes out. Now, a step down below that, we've got the RTX 5070 and the 5070 Ti, which are going to be $749 for the Ti and $549 for the base 5070. And those are coming out sometime in February. I don't know if it's at the end of the month or somewhere in there. I personally will not be upgrading at this point, because if I were to do that, even though it would be a massive boost if I were to get the just base 5070 here for near what I paid for the 3070 a few years ago, I would probably need to upgrade like 7 more things in the system to make it worth my while.
Yeah. Now, when these come out, do the prices of the previous ones drop?
I think it depends, because your power is still there in the older ones. You'll probably have, I was reading some comparisons here, like the new 5070 will be a little bit better than like the 4070 Super for the same price or something along those lines.
Gotcha.
So I don't know that you don't necessarily lose a lot of value in the older series because they still are very powerful cards. Where you might find a good deal is on the lower tier cards, because people are upgrading, so that secondhand market probably. Gotcha. I don't really know how the first, the MSRP really is affected when a new series comes out.
Very interesting. So yeah, you get one of those, dude. You're probably ahead of the game by quite a bit. How long does it take for if you buy one of these, like the 50 series, how long are you good for on one of those? Like, you're talking a couple years worth of games running?
Beyond that. It just depends, because they'll probably come out with like even lower tier cards as we go forward. So there'll be like a 5060, which is like your entry level. The 10 digits at the end are kind of what determines what level it is. But then you've got your TI series, which are a little bit better, and your Super series, which are a little bit better. So it just depends on what 50 series card you get. But if you were to buy like the 5070, which is kind of like your entry enthusiast level, you're going to be good for the next 5 years, depending on how picky you are. But if you want to be gaming in 8K come 5 years from now, probably not.
You want to play ray tracing the game, you got to get the big dog. Very cool. I still can't believe how expensive a lot of these things are. Console gamer for life. But maybe one of these days. Since I got the Steam Deck, I really enjoyed the world of PC gaming. So I could see myself getting putting together something nice rig.
Yeah. You kind of got to be there to really experience it, and you're dipping your toes in with the Steam Deck, but you're not quite there until you've got like the full modding capabilities and just the open-endedness of a PC. It's a great life. I do advise people come over.
I want one with the lights. I want something like liquid cooled. I need something.
Try to avoid it. You can't. That's pretty much all there is.
Okay, good. I know. I'm glad I'm looking in the right place then. All right, and then last up, the Until Dawn trailer came out. Did you get a chance to watch this?
I skimmed through it. I ran out of time and just noticed it at the end.
2 minutes is all it takes. Well, let me tell you all about it. Sit back and listen to the tale. So I'm a big fan of the Until Dawn series. When I saw that there was a movie coming out, I said, that's a dumb idea. The game is just a movie that you play. Why do we need
literally Rami Malek?
Yes, they're just going to bring Hayden Panettiere in to act it out again. So, and then I saw the trailer and I am all in for this. So what the trailer does in this, it has nothing to do with the game at all. But it kind of introduces video game kind of tropes. In it, there's all these different horror movie genres that are affecting this group, like Cabin in the Woods, basically like Cabin in the Woods, where there's all these different horror movie tropes, and they have to survive until dawn. See, we got there. But every time they die or whatever, time gets reset. And when time gets reset, a new horror movie trope comes and tries to kill them. And it looks really interesting. It looks very much unlike anything that's been done, or just like a mashup of a bunch of things that have been done, but never in this way. Kind of like a Groundhog Day style thing, like Have a Nice Death, or whatever, Happy Death Day, whatever that movie was called. I think it was Happy Death Day. But mixed with Cabin in the Woods. And I am super excited for it, which I was not excited at all until I saw the trailer. So it comes out April 25th, I believe.
So that's interesting. Yeah, I kind of wondered how they were going to do that, because to make an adaptation of the game, which is like a choose your own adventure, but you're not necessarily choosing. Sometimes you're just messing up, pressing a button and smash square. Nope, that character's dead.
Wrong
and
button.
The story just completely changed.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But I wonder if it was the best choice to do it like this, or to do like the Netflix Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Did you do that experience?
That would be cool. Yeah, for sure. To actually play it out. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see this movie. I like the idea. I like when they do kind of like a new idea like this. I like anything with a timer, like a Groundhog Day spin. I like all those movies, every single one of them. So this movie is definitely right up my alley. In addition to that, though, Sony is also they got a few other things coming out. Helldivers, they announced they're doing a movie adaptation of that. So that'll be interesting, just like Starship Troopers, basically.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and then Horizon Zero Dawn, they are making films of that series. So those will be really cool. And then a Ghost of Tsushima anime called Legends is coming to Crunchyroll. So yeah, they're doing things in the film and TV world that I'm excited to check out. So
very nice.
It's all happening. If they could just stop those fires down there, those all the LA fires.
That could seriously put a delay on stuff.
Yeah, it sucks. It's really sucks for everything. But hopefully they get those under control real soon. And that's all I got. You got anything else, dude?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything this week.
Perfect.
And
all
the
right,
week before.
We got it all. That's what we do. But yeah, I promise we'll be back next week. There won't be a hidden vacation that I forgot to drop on everybody. But yeah, I am excited to come back next week and talk more about TikTok getting banned again. Who knows? It's all up in the air. But until then, please check us out over on TikTok, Gaming News Weekly. Check us out on YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the name of the channel. You find this, you find some other stuff there. Hit subscribe. That way you'll have the video version anytime you want it. And then anywhere podcasts are found, you will find this show. Type in GNW. This will come up. You hit subscribe, and that way every Monday you'll have the newest episode ready to go on your way to work, to the gym, all those places. And then that's it. That's all I got.
Blue Sky. Did you say Blue Sky?
Blue Sky. I always forget about that one. Yeah, Blue Sky. Lemonade. Red Note. We're gonna be everywhere soon. I don't know how. I don't know how to use any of those.
The Chinese Communist Party.
Yep. We're gonna move to China.
Russian apps.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're getting all of the ones. I'm gonna learn so many languages.
Now available in the People's Democratic North Korea.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly.
We're flying it in on flash drives on balloons for the people there to consume.
Exactly. It's just like the movie The Interview. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Where he gets like the thing and he has to put it in his butt. That's how we get the show to North Korea. Full Clip puts it in his butt. All right. On that note, thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.